Hi there, it's Kevin from RogueDeckLooter.com here with match number 3 with UWR Flash Deadeye combo. And I am on the play here, and this is a great hand to have on the play. I've got the Pillar of Flame and the Azorius Charm. Also have the Steam Vents for these two lands to come into play untapped. Great hand. We just need to draw a 4 source and we're golden here. So Woodland Cemetery, into play tapped again. I have no clue what this is. Could be anything. But we do see a Gravecrawler now come in, which is awesome because we have the answer for it. So we'll go ahead and pillar it. And we got an Azorius Charm for any sort of shenanigans. He puts out a Troll, and now I wish that I didn't pillar it because he has no mana up to regenerate it. And I have no way to just kill it off right now unless I draw one, which I don't. But I do have a Restoration Angel for end of turn. And this is cool with Restoration Angel because we can bait him to throw out 2 creatures to kill my Restoration Angel. And then next turn, when he attacks with Lot Troll, we can put it on top of his library. And essentially, the card disadvantage from discarding those creatures will be awesome. But not when we see a Gravecrawler get discarded to it, then it's not as cool. But the excess Lot of the Troll is good. So we are able to get rid of a Lot of the Troll by making him discard it to his other Troll. But the Gravecrawler he's just able to cast. And we lose a Restoration Angel here. And we still need to find an answer for his Troll. So we try to find a answer. We thought Scour, and I find a Devil's Play, but then I'm 1 off. We didn't get a land to, or we didn't have the 5th land, or we would be able to kill his Lot of the Troll without him being able to regenerate it. And I make a pretty risky move here. I decided to get rid of that damn Deathrite Shaman right now, and because we're still at 20, and just take 6. But he draws a Dreg Mangler, which puts us on a very, very fast clock, especially now that we have to leave mana open to Azorius Charm away his Lotleth Troll. I mean, I guess I could, I don't know, I think I do Restoration Angel here, which probably wasn't the right move either. So I could block his Dreg Mangler, but he does have an ultimate price for it, I believe. And now this puts me at a 2, and I'm basically dead on board next turn. Especially if I didn't draw a land, which I didn't. I mean, I probably would have been dead anyway, because I could cast a Restoration Angel and put his Lotleth back on top, and then I'd still die to the Gravecrawler. So, yeah, probably not the best decisions by me that game, and he did have an incredibly aggro hand with the answers here. So we'll go on to the next match. And this is also a keep. We got 2 Agrabulus, which are great versus his deck. Makes him, for his Lava Trolls, it makes him ditch a thing to just kill the Agrabulus. And the Restoration Angels are great to bounce back the Agrabulus. We do need to find a red source. Sphinx of Revelation is great to refill our hand and give us some life. And he has no first turn play again, so we're good. And we find nothing with the Agrabulus. That was pretty much our entire tournament was missing with Agrabuluses, but it is what it is. Alright, Lot of the Troll, sweet, that's fine. We'll play another August, try to find something. Augur, not August. Okay, we find Azorius Charm, that's great, because if he does ditch something right here, then we can get some card value off the Lot of the Troll by putting it back on top of his library. So we will block here. And in hindsight, I probably should have group blocked to force him to discard a card and regenerate to keep him off of having 3 mana open. And that way, if he decided to cast anything, then if I drew a pillar, I could just kill that Lot of the Troll. But yeah, another Lot of the Troll, which is unfortunate. But another Sphinx of Revelation, that's fine. If we get enough lands, that's great. We can get plenty of card advantage. And same thing, we'll resto here. And he does ultimate price, that's fine. And Thunderbolt. Okay, so still 2 cards for 2 cards. He's down to 2 cards, he does 5 to us. We have a way to refill our hand here. We have a way to throw his Lotleth Troll back on top of his library, which we'll do right now. Or we'll make a token, block the one, force him to regenerate, and put the other one back on top. So we just take 1 here, which is great. Takes him off of mana. He has 1 card left in hand. draw another Augur Bullis, so we'll decide to play it like that again and hopefully find some. We do find a Pillar of Flame. Not good versus the Lotleth Troll, but we can take out the Diagraph Ghoul if we'd like. But I decided not to. I decided there's better targets like Gravecrawler to get rid of. And we can always just block his Diagraph Ghoul here if we want to. Which we do try to force out another discard here. He does discard the Lotleth Troll we put back on top. So that's a Lotleth Troll we don't have to deal with. And we take no damage here from his Lotleth Troll. And just 2 from his Diagraph Ghoul. We're fine. So I have a couple decisions here. I can pillar away his troll, or I can just decide to hold back a Sphinx's Revelation. But the 2 Sphinx Revelation, I decided to do both. So he attacks into here, and we go down to 7. Puts out a Deathrite Shaman, and we're able to Sphinx for 3 to fill back up our hand and gain 3 more life. We don't find any real answer here. We do find a Snapcaster. So I'll Snapcaster Pillar to get rid of his Deathrite Shaman before that guy starts going crazy. And pass it back to him. We do have a target for our Moorland Haunt if we want to create a token. And we do have Dissipate mana up as well. So I am making use some mana here to regenerate his troll. And yeah, I don't know if that was the best decision, but it did save us 8 damage. And we're able to get another Spirit out. And I'm not liking to see all these lands, but now every land is an additional card, so that was fine. So we have a ton of mana up to counter anything that he may put out. And we do have the Sphinx's Revelation at end of turn. And I do decide to Essence Scatter that, and we'll Sphinx for the remainder. So we'll get 4 cards. I think that's plenty. Purify the Grave's fine. It's an answer for a messenger. We'll attack with our spirits, and we'll end up. I think we end up detention sphering here. We have tons of mana up now to deal with any of his threats that he may cast with the Dissipate. Devil's Play next turn can take anything else out. So, oh, looks like we're lagging here again. Sorry about that. Okie dokie. Again, we do have 2 more targets for Moorland Haunt, so we're able to dissipate that Drag Mangler and Moorland Haunt in a turn. And find a pillar, that's good. Keep swinging down, and we'll cast a Deadeye Navigator here. This puts him on a fast clock. Even though we don't have any targets for Deadeye Navigator, it's still a 5/5 body he has to deal with. And I believe that he decides this is too much to handle here and calls it quits. Oh, we're able to just Devil's Play him, that's what it is. Okay, so we Devil's Play him to death. So we'll go on to the next game. Game 3 versus Rakdos. I think they call this Rakdos, or no, Jund Aggro? Or do they call this Jund Zombies? I think it's Jund Zombies what they call this match. So this is definitely a keeper with the Essence Scatter and the Pillar. I don't think, did I see any Caverns the first 2 games? I don't know if I did. That's why I kept the Essence Scatters in. Plus, he's got like Deathrite Shaman. I guess the rest are zombies, so I guess Caverns is great in his deck. But the Essence Scatters aren't dead. We have options here to kill the Diagraph Ghoul. Sometimes I don't like to do that because there's better targets to kill. And I am glad I did leave up the mana because we're able to syncopate that Mangler away. And this turn we're able to Pillar if we'd like, which I just do decide to do, and have Essence Scatter up. Which is great because we Essence Scatter the Hellrider. So it's looking good. We do need to draw into something to get our tempo going. But the Dissipate's great. We can't dissipate anything this turn, which is awesome because he doesn't have anything to cast. And we're able to Thought Scour. This becomes quite a boring game because both of us just keep drawing land after land after land. So I'm up to 5 lands. He's up to 6 lands. I Thought Scour, draw land. Play a land. Draw another card that's not doing any good right now. Attack into him. He draws another land. Plays a land. There's his Cavern though, so he gets his dragon. And able to hit with 5. But now the Supreme Verdict was the best driver because I'm able to have an answer for that Thundermaw Hellkite. And we'll Supreme Verdict away, and still have Dissipate mana up, which is awesome. But I believe he draws into another land, and so do I. But that's a relevant land that can give me tokens. And Deathrite Shaman, which I do decide to dissipate, and in turn put in a Spirit. And draw another land. And it's turn 9, and we're both sitting at... I'm sitting at 8 lands, and he's sitting at 9 lands? Or we're both sitting at 9 lands. Wow, learn to count. Yeah, I'm sitting at 9 lands, and he is sitting at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, but he draws one, I believe. Or not. So yeah, we're both getting big-time land flooded. Zor's is fine, Zor's Charm's fine for like a Mangler, but even a Mangler this late in the game's not too bad of a threat. So I could just use Zor's Charm to draw a card. Restoration is fine too. We'll continue to beat him down. He has to ultimate price a Spirit, so I'm thinking he probably has other ultimate prices or Thunderbolts in his hand. But we're able to have enough mana, more than him actually, to dissipate this troll. One more than he's able to deal with. And we draw another land. So these spirits will eventually get us here. And I do decide in a turn to Azorius Charm, and I draw a land. And a Detention Sphere that's kind of dead. But he's down to 8. And I do decide, okay, fine, I'll Restoration Angel, bait something out of his hand. And he does have the ultimate price, I believe. Yeah. And we draw another land. Good old MTGO. So we're sitting at 12 lands each here by turn 15, which is crazy. And get an Augur Bolus, and do hit a pillar. So next turn he is dead, and he concedes on board, yep. So he ended up drawing out of 17, he comments here that out of 17 cards, or 17 draws, he has 5 cards to work with. Did he have more than that? Yeah, he had more than that, because I exiled. I exiled a Shaman, and I've exiled quite a bit, so yeah. Anywho. Yeah, so kind of a boring match, but we did end up beating zombies there, or 3-color zombies with the deck. You didn't get to see the combo this time, but the deck does work. It traditionally works just like UWR Flash if you don't have the combo. So, anywho, that's versus zombies. This is Kevin from RogueDeckBuilder.com. Thanks for watching. And I should have actually kept up a blue instead of a black here. That way, but I do keep 5 up in case I can burn at the stake. If he counters Epic Experiment, then I can still